In this video we will learn how to create a repository in GitHub and how to clone it to our local machine to continue working. Let's open GitHub and create a repository. I'm currently on the main page, and here we have the green new repository button, or above here we have this plus new repository. I will name the repository git demo and select initialize the repository using the README file. In reality, this option is not mandatory, but it will help us by creating a fresh commit and placing it directly on GitHub. That way it will be much easier for me to synchronize my remote repository with my local one. I will simply select the checkbox and click Create. Okay, the repository is ready. This is pretty much my first commit, which took place directly from GitHub and the README file. Now what we need is to clone the repository to our local machine. Here we have two options. We can either clone via SSH or we can clone via HTTPS, but since I've already generated the SSH keys, I will select the first option, SSH. So we simply copy this line and then go back to git bash. The next thing I need to do is go to the directory that I want to clone my project to. I already have a directory where all of my amazing projects are stored, so I will place the repository here. For that, I need to go to git bash and navigate to the necessary folder using the command change_dir cd. Okay, now I'm in the C data temp, and the command that I'm going to use is called git clone, which is meant to create the clone. The keyboard shortcut that inserts information from the clipboard into git bash is shift insert. The first thing that git bash tells us is it asks me for permissions to connect to the host github.com, so I need to simply type yes. Next, I need to provide the password that I defined while creating the new RSA key. Okay, good. We can confirm that the git demo directory was created, and if we access it using the command cd, then we will see this flag master, which means that we are currently in the correct repository. In order to confirm that this is GitHub and not some other hosting, I select the command git remote with the flag verbose, which will show us that origin, more on the later, is stored definitely in GitHub. Okay, next thing that we need to do is to, well, create the file and insert some information into that file. We won't be working with code, I will just create a text file. Let's go back to our work directory. Here we have our README, and here we will create our song file. Okay. I will copy the first two lines of the song into the necessary text file and save the changes. Let's go back to git bash and call the git status command. What does git tells us? Git says that we are currently in the master branch and we have some new unidentified file that just appeared, and it's called song.txt. Also, Git is suggesting that if we want to add this file to the commit, we should use the command git add. Okay, let's do that. We call git status one more time, and now we can see that the file is highlighted in green. And the next thing that Git recommends us is to use the command git reset to unstage and return everything to how it was in untracked. However, we want to perform a commit, so I will call the command git commit. I will use the m flag to specify the message. Okay, the commit is created. The command git log allows us to view the commit history. So here we can see the first commit, which was done when the repository was created automatically by GitHub. Here's where the README file was added. In this commit, I added the first 2 lines to my song. All that's left is just to synchronize my local repository with the remote one. For that, I will use the command git push. Again, I need to provide my password. Okay. And now we go back to GitHub and simply refresh the page. Now it's evident that the second commit has appeared on GitHub and is completely matched the one I identified locally. It's my song.txt. And so now the first 2 lines of the song are stored on GitHub. That's how quickly and easily you can create commits on GitHub.